So in this video, I decided to do Fate Unlimited Blade Works versus Demon Slayer. And I've just thought about it. Like, they're both made by the same company or the same production studio. So how about I give my opinion on which one is better? So before we actually get into this video, I would like to say, if you do like the video, subscribe and like the video. So we're gonna be talking about the tones in the show. Honestly, the tone in Demon Slayer, I feel like the story around him is, I guess, kind of dark, but I feel like the overall atmosphere of the show isn't that dark. Especially compared to Tokyo Ghoul. I don't think it's that dark. The overall atmosphere I get from the show. It still has time to have comedy. It still has time to have goofy moments that takes away from the dark atmosphere. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong or right with that. That's just what I'm saying, you feel me? But in Fate Unlimited Blade Works, it's actually almost the same. It's not, actually probably even less dark because it's regular high schoolers. Demon Slayer reminds me of a Full Metal Alchemist because it still has time to have those goofy moments. And then in Fate Unlimited Blade Works is not as goofy. It's it doesn't have that much comedy, but it's not that serious either. I don't know if it'd be more serious than Demon Slayer, but the story isn't that crazy. It doesn't get that crazy to where you literally see people dying left, right, center. You see it's not as bad as Fate Zero. I'd say it's pretty lighthearted, unless you think about it these kids fighting to the death. If you think that in itself is sad, then I guess. But other than that, not really, to be honest. And then in Fate Zero is pretty dark. I'm not gonna lie, there's people committing mass murders. There's all different types of people in that show. Literally so many different types of people that get the power to summon a servant. And it just shows it's just the overall tone of the show is definitely darker than Demon Slayer and Fate Unlimited Blade. I think probably even darker than Tokyo Ghoul, I feel like. I'm trying to think of, I can't think of any other dark animes, but yeah. Fate Unlimited Blade Works is the kiddie version of Fate Zero. Fate Zero is the grown version of Fate Unlimited Blade Works. The characters were way different in that show, and they made different actions. Actual assassins, some of them that were trained in killing. It was more intense overall, the atmosphere in the show. Next, we have the characters. So the characters in Demon Slayer, the thing I don't like about them, I feel like they're too one-dimensional. If you guys got to the end of Demon Slayer, you see all the pillars, or at least the end of the anime. You don't want to see the end of the manga. But anyway, at the end of the anime, it shows all the pillars. And the reason I actually don't like the characters in Demon Slayer is because they're just so one-dimensional. It'd be oh, Zenitsu always is scared. Inosuke always wants to fight. Tanjiro's always also so happy no matter what. Most of the time he's always gonna be happy. I feel like those are two simple characters. That's one of my problems with Demon Slayer I actually don't like about it. But on the other hand, in Fate, I feel like it's way more mature. Like the characters are actually like relatable. You see why someone would do something. It's not just they just have one character trait like happiness, or like the even the pillars, like I was saying. The pillars, they're always like one of them's always spaced out, one of them's always obsessed with love. Like it's just like they have like one like trait, and then that's like what they are for like the whole show pretty much. The only time it really even changes is when they're fighting, like their state of mind, I guess. But I in in terms of that, I feel like Fate, even both of the fates are more realistic, I feel like, than that. Because they actually have. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, we don't even have, like, really that much of, like, thinking. It's not really any thinking in fights of Demon Slayer, which I would like more. Like, it's sometimes, like, when Tanjiro was fighting the Morph Demon thing, like he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get hit," after, so he headbutted it or something. I think he was, but yeah, like we don't even have like those really, and I just feel like the characters are way too simple, at least compared to Fate. I also think that the character development is actually better too. Like if you think about it, we've never seen anything different really. Like everything we've seen from Tanjiro, we already knew he had that passion to help people. We already knew that when his sister was in danger, he was gonna do something. Like we didn't know like fire was gonna come out. That was a big surprise. Like I think after that episode, I actually started to read the manga because I was just so like that was just crazy. But we already knew the passion he had. And if he didn't die, I don't know. Like, but yeah, we already knew this. And there's no real, at least in the first 25 episodes, the first season, there's no real, like, character development. Whereas in the first 25 episodes, well, the only 25 episodes of Fate Zero or Fate Unlimited Blade Works, you see a different change from the main characters, even not even the main characters, the different characters. You see a complete change, when I don't feel like we see that change in Demon Slayer really with the characters. So next we're gonna be doing the story, and I actually really liked like the main like thing of Demon Slayer. So like I don't like it when people, or when authors rather, they do like, "Oh, I want to find a One Piece. Oh, I want to become Wizard King." I don't like when they do that. Like I think it's just dead at this point. Like people should stop doing it. But I really like how Demon Slayer, like, it doesn't have like one of those really. Like he doesn't even find the main antagonist until episode 7. Like he doesn't like have one of those goals to become the strongest Demon Slayer. He doesn't have one of those goals, which I like. While in Fate, I guess you can actually say that he the main character in Fate, Emiya, he has one of those goals, like to become a hero of justice. But it's not as bad as like the Wizard King. He I don't know. 'Cause he just wants to help people. He actually it's pretty much the same thing as Tanjiro, to be honest. Like he doesn't want to be the strongest. He'll become the strongest if he needs to be the strongest to help people, but he doesn't like want to be the strongest, which I actually really like. Like authors, I'm gonna say this again. Authors should just stop doing like the basic themes the basic shonen theme. Like we've seen it so much. That's why I don't get it. Like Black Clover, I don't know when it was made, but it it's so cliche. Like so cliche. Like it's like five different shonens in one. It's so cliche. I hate Black Clover. Like I can't even watch it. But maybe if the animation was good, I'd be able to withstand those cliches. But no, it's trash. And I really like when stories don't have just one goal and even has the viewer questioning like who's really the enemy. Like I think Fate does this a little bit better. You don't like you have to eliminate the other six people, but you don't really know who's the main enemy, who's the strongest out of all of them. In Demon Slayer, you already know that the Demon King, he's the strongest, but you don't know that in Fate, which I like. And now we're going into story. So it's actually pretty different. The story in Fate progresses with the characters. It's not really so much as the journey, which is why Fate's not it's I guess it makes sense cuz Fate's not really a shonen, but it's not the journey in Fate. While in Demon Slayer, it is the journey. It is the adventure that progresses the story. Where are they going to go next? Who are they going to meet there next? But in Fate, I feel like it's just like the who are they going to meet there next. It's not where are they going to go next. It's because in Fate, it's just like it's a battleground. One city is just a big battleground and they just fight. So the only thing it really is who are they going to meet. And that's how they progress the story, which I have to give them credit for, because imagine only progressing the story with just the characters. No, you're not really going to new places. It's just the characters the characters' interactions are progressing the story. And I don't know which one I even prefer. The progressing it with the characters, which is Fate, or progressing it with the journey, and I guess a little bit of with the characters too in Demon Slayer. So the animation, let's talk about it. I'ma just say that the animation in Demon Slayer is crazy. The moves they use, like Demon Slayer, it's without the animation, it'd be nothing. Like, if I'm being honest, like it's not really story driven as much. That's not what got people hyped. If that Hinokami scene wasn't didn't have good animation, if it had some Black Clover animation, like scene would not be as fire. Like it would still be crazy to see the transformation in his sword, but that scene would be nowhere as crazy. But because of that animation spike, well, it's ufotable. Because of that movie like animation, it just made the whole scene crazy. And there's a lot of scenes like that. Demon Slayer. Wow. In Fate, it has actually depends on the story quite a lot. Like, if you take away the animation, it might not be as enjoyable, but it actually depends on the story a lot. And the story is really good for Battle Royale. Especially for Battle Royale. I think it's good, period. But for Battle Royale to make the story that good, it's not like it's nowhere near Full Metal Alchemist level, but yeah, it's good. Like, it's a really solid story, I think. but you add the animation, and while I do feel like, well, it's obvious, Demon Slayer does have way better animation than Fate as terms of pure animation, but I do feel like the scenes in Fate, like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, honestly, but Demon Slayer does have better animation than Fate, except that sometimes I feel like the animation in Fate means more than Demon Slayer. Except for the final fight. That's the only time, like, the final fight, I don't think anything in Fate, at least from my memory, could top anything from in that final fight. Cause I feel like in that little like 4-minute clip towards the end of episode 19, I feel like it just shows so much, like, and really just blows my mind, to be honest. Like, when he pulls out that sword, what do you think gets you more hype? So if you know something's coming up, like, are you guys still hyped? Like, it's a lot of anticipation. But what do you guys get more hyped about? When you know something's coming, or when you don't know it's coming and it just comes out of nowhere? Because honestly, I don't even know myself, to be honest. I think I might be like, I like seeing stuff come out of nowhere. So I'm gonna have to give that one to Demon Slayer. And overall, I'm gonna have to say Fate. I honestly think that Fate is the better anime. I think Demon Slayer is definitely really good, but I think Fate is the better anime. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. You could roast me in the comments, do whatever you want. Like, you could challenge me in the comments. Talk to me about why Demon Slayer is better, or why it's not, or why you agree or why you disagree. I'll be there. I'm definitely look at all my comments, man. I get a comment like once every week, you feel me? So, yeah. With that, peace. Oh, also tell me any video ideas that you guys would like about any animes, about anything. Like, I might not be that good right now, but I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there with my descriptions. I'm gonna get there with everything. Like, I'm probably gonna look at this video another day and be like, dang, I could have said more. But it's okay. Trust the process. With that, I'm out.